Hello everyone, this is Black6 from BZPower, back here for another set review. Today we have got 21305, the Maze, which is the 13th LEGO idea set. You can see the lovely box right here. A little bit worse for the wear after being shipped from LEGO, but no worries, we really care about the pieces on the inside. Speaking of LEGO, I'd like to thank them for sending BZPower this set early to review, and they would like you all to know that the opinions in this review are those of BZPower alone and are not in any way reflecting on LEGO's thoughts and opinions of the set. They do give us the set for free, but they do not require us to say good things about it. So we try to review these as honestly as possible, although obviously we are LEGO fans, so we are a little more likely to like most sets, but we're going to look at it as honestly as possible. So we've got the box. This set contains 769 pieces, will retail for $69.99 and will be available on April 1st. We can see this kind of nice. I like the logo here. It's a little fancy there. Nice cut on a custom font. On the bottom right, you can see the LEGO Ideas logo. They show the booklet has inspiration, so you can come up with different maze designs. So the game board here is reconfigurable. You can see there's a little box for your extra balls so you don't lose those while you're playing. On the top here we can see a 1:1 scale image of the gear, and we've got that kind of maze motif that's going around the entire set. It's kind of lost behind the picture of the actual set, but on the top you can see it pretty well. Flipping the box around to the back, alright, we can see them advertising in the 2-in-1 nature. So there are actually a couple different game boards apparently included in the set that you can build. On the left side you can see a little description kind of explaining the LEGO Ideas process, where someone posts their idea on ideas.lego.com. If they get 10,000 votes of support, LEGO will consider it to be turned into an actual set. And then you can see it on store shelves. In the middle here you can kind of see them showing how the maze works. So there's two knobs you can turn to move the game board around, and then along the bottom here you can kind of see find a lot of inspiration for building. So they show all sorts of different potential ways you can build this set. There's a ton of different possibilities. You can make any kind of maze you want. So let's pop this puppy open. So like most LEGO Ideas sets, the box is fairly premium. It's resealable. Unfortunately, mine does have a couple holes in it from shipping. Hopefully yours will not. So on the inside we've got a whole bunch of bags. So a lot of big pieces there. There's 2. Some smaller pieces 3. Medium-sized pieces 4. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 bags, not numbered. And then we've got some base plates. So we've got this, which is an actual, I believe, what is it, 32 by 32 gray base plate. So you can see there it's not an actual plate. There are no anti-studs on the bottom. And then we have got 4 of these black, look like 8 by 16 plates. And then of course in the very bottom we have the instructions. So looking at those real quick. So we've got another image of the maze on the front. And it's interesting, of course on the back you can win. It's interesting that, most of these idea sets I've looked at recently have all been licensed. So this one on the other hand, let's try to get a better angle here, shows you some information about the maze and how it's, a kind of classic game that you'll see made out of like wood or plastic. Some information about the designer, so that's kind of cool. Let's see what else we've got, and then that's actually it. And then it gets right into to building. So pretty straightforward. So I guess we'll take a closer look at the pieces. So here we've got the 8 bags of parts. One of them did have a second smaller bag in, so we have 9 bins here. since the set is not officially available, there's not an easy way to check for unique pieces. But nothing has really jumped out at me looking through them, except for one piece. And that would be the little ball that we use. And hopefully you'll be able to see that this is actually the soccer ball piece from the Lego soccer sets from back in the 90s that I guess they still have the mold for. If you look really closely, you can see that there are lines in the piece for the soccer ball pattern. So like the, I guess in this case, they are hexagons, little hexagonal shapes etched all across the surface. Except that, unlike the soccer ball pieces, which were white with black printing on them, these are solid orange. So this may be a unique color for this set, so that's or for this piece, so that's kind of cool. Other than that, the only thing that really stood out to me was just the sheer amount of tan that we get. So we got, tan plates, we've got some tan Technic pieces, we've got tan snot brackets, of course we've got plenty of tan tiles, 2x4s, 1x4s, 1x6s, 1x3s, 1x2s, 2x2s, 1x1s, all those tiles. I do not see any corner tiles, but there's corner bricks in tan. So if you're looking for tan, this set contains 769 pieces, as I mentioned before, will retail for $70, so that's less than 10 cents a part. So if that's kind of the sweet spot that you look for in sets and you're looking for tan, then this is probably a great set for you. Not looking at the final model at all yet. So with all that tan out of the way though, I think it's time for us to get building. So here we have the finished model, or at least one version of the finished model according to the instructions. We actually still have a whole bunch of extra parts. That's because the instructions, as we saw on the back of the box, give you two different designs to build the maze. So here is an image of the other one, kind of castle themed. Definitely pretty cool. We probably will be building this, but not for our video review. You'll have to head to BZPower.com and check out our text review to see pictures of it there. And after the instructions, they give you some ideas for some different designs of mazes you can do. The biggest issue is that to make any of those, you have to take off all of these tiles on the surface here, which is really going to be a big pain. So it's not something you're going to want to do on a regular basis, unless you're kind of really bored. Or you can find some more of the, what are they? They are, I believe, 8x16 black base plates and one 8x8 black base plate in the middle. So if you have some of those, you can kind of build your own, because these are actually, this is actually just a kind of an insert. Let's see if I can get it back out. There you go. So it's actually just an insert. It has some plates reinforcing it on the bottom, but those shouldn't be too hard to come by. So if you have some of these big plates, you can make a second one of these to make it easier. So since we have this out, we'll take a quick look at the inside. So one of the interesting things I noticed as I was building is there's a lot of color coding on here, and that, you have the red, the blue, and the yellow. That makes it really easy to assemble and make sure you're doing it right. Now you'll see right now, if I turn this knob, it kind of moves a little bit, but nothing really happens. So you have to pop out this little corner brick. You can remove this thing, which is actually the box for the balls. So that's pretty cool. And then you flip around the other side and you take out this little block here, and that frees it up so that now when I turn these, they can turn. So if I pick this up so you guys can see the inside, and it's pretty sturdy even without those supports in there. I'm holding it with one hand and it's not really doing much of anything. So you can see that this wheel here turns this axle, turns this Technic beam, and then they actually use the mixhole joints and the kind of smaller ball joints here as an actuator, and that allows it, so if you have this one at this angle, and if you move this one, kind of gives it some play, so you can have them at different angles. So then if we place this back in, and it's a really tight fit, so you gotta really get it in there. Kind of another reason not to change it that often. So you can see there's a green area and a red area. And so if we take out one of our orange soccer balls and put it in there. Now I have not tried this yet, so we'll see kind of how it goes. You can see there's some pitfalls in here. So like that, so I'm stuck until you kind of pop it out there. So it's pretty tricky. Now I'm trying to kind of do this at an awkward angle while I'm recording, so. Alright, so yeah, it's kind of, and I think a lot of it also comes down to, how well you put the tiles on the base plate. As far as how you can see there, it's catching a little bit because I probably didn't push that tile down all the way. Yep, so that was a little loose. So definitely not going to be the easiest of games to play. That's actually kind of cool. And from that perspective, this actually has some of like the most playability of most Lego sets, in that how often do you have something like this that's actually a game. Obviously there was the Lego board games that came out a few years ago. Those have since been retired, but now you have this, which is a single player game, but obviously you can play with your friends. You can challenge each other to see who built the fastest. You can take turns building different mazes and seeing if the other person can beat you. So that's definitely a lot of playability in this, and just the simple technique mechanisms that make it work are just really awesome. And I had a really fun time building it. It is very asymmetric. You know, when you look at the box images, it looks like it's, you know, pretty even and mirrored. But as you're building it on the inside, it is not quite that way at all. There's you know, a good bit of stuff that goes on to make sure that it is as sturdy as I showed off before. So you know, I was kind of surprised when this model passed the muster and became a LEGO Ideas set. But now that I've seen it and built it and had a chance to play around with it, you know, I definitely think it's a good addition to the line. I definitely like seeing that we have another set that is not based on a licensed theme. And I'm really bad at this game, especially while trying to talk. So yeah, definitely cool to see something that's not based on a licensed theme. Always refreshing to kind of see that. And you know, it's definitely a really fun piece. You know, it's a classic kind of game that we've seen, you know, that I remember friends of mine having when I was a kid. And all right, well, out of lives there. So classic game I remember, you know, friends having when I was a kid, but you know, they were you know, made of wood and used like a metal marble, and you couldn't customize them. So thanks to the wonders of LEGO, you can customize this however you want. And you know, it's kind of infinite replayability. Build as many mazes as you would like, and you know, just have a whole lot of fun with that. You know, a lot of interesting pieces, a lot of basic bricks and tiles, but there are some interesting pieces. If you're looking for tan, this is definitely a good set for that. Pretty good value for the parts, you know, 769 pieces for $69.99, so not too bad right there. And so yeah, I think this could please a lot of people. You know, if you're looking for a fun build, this is definitely a good set. If you're looking for something that has a lot of playability, it's a good set. If you're looking for something that has a whole bunch of pieces, also a good set. No printed parts in here. I don't know if any of these are exclusive to the set. I'd kind of lean towards probably not many of them are exclusive, but I'm sure there's one or two here that are a little rare, especially with all these tan pieces. But still, even without that, you know, I think it's a really good value. It is on the pricey side. $70 is not a cheap set. But for what you get, it's a great conversation piece, and I'm looking forward to, after I stop the cameras, actually getting a chance to play this and see if I can master the maze before I rebuild it as something else. So, thank you all for watching. We hope you have enjoyed this video review. As always, we would appreciate any comments and feedback you have, so feel free to post any comments in the video, or head over to BZPower.com and post them in the talkback. While you're over at BZPower, make sure you check out the full review, where we will have images of the set, our full text write-up, and we'll also show the alternate board that is in the instructions. And then, of course, while you're on BZPower, check out the rest of our message boards. We've got all sorts of discussions going on about different LEGO themes going on all the time. People sharing their creations, writing stories, playing games. Definitely a great community to be a part of if you're looking for some fun LEGO fans to hang out with online. And finally, if you could like this video and subscribe to our channel, we would really appreciate it, and it would allow you to get notified of whenever we post new videos in the future. So, thanks all again for watching, guys. This is Black 6. Until next time.